Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? I hope we're having a nice Sunday, or maybe Monday, depending on where you're at. But welcome, welcome. I just woke up, so I'm kinda still. Not a problem, Cope. No worries. Get your coffee and enjoy it. Hello, Wolf. Hello, Devil. Hello, me from YouTube. Nice. So how is everyone's weekend going? How was yesterday? I kind of wanted to stream Twin Peaks yesterday, but no. It was not a day yesterday. It was just stay offline and relax. Also, I'm gonna try to finish this cookie before we start playing the game. But yes, how was everyone's weekend? Let's talk about that. Able to game all day? Nice, nice. Weather's been good. That's always a good thing. After stream, I might head outside and see how it is. Day was yesterday and I'm feeling it today. But that's the best part about those intensive days. You feel it the next day and it's yes, it's working. Weekend weather has been good. Been on the balcony for a bit. Nice. I was outside for a little bit yesterday. And it was nice. But I'm very, very happy we're finally getting into spring. No more crappy winter. See, I say that right now. And then when summer comes and it's going to absolutely destroy me. Because this room is extremely cold in winter. And then it's extremely hot in the summer. I can't win. I probably should have woken up earlier so I could eat. So I do apologize. But just having a chill, very, very chill before game chat. Well, I guess I could talk about next week's schedule since I haven't posted it yet. But so far, we have Friday night with Spirit Hunter. Saturday, we have a collab with Bixie. We're doing... Oh, thank you for the follow. Hang on, I gotta... Colich? Thank you, thank you. I hope I pronounced that right. Collier Madre? Okay, alrighty. Either works. Nice, nice. Well, welcome on in. Hello. But yeah, I have a collab with Bixie Saturday. We're gonna finish up Portal 2. So, get ready for that. I don't know if I'm gonna stream my point of view. I guess it all depends on how I feel that day. But we're gonna be playing some Portal 2. That I haven't followed your streams when I follow you for a long time on the Bird app. No worries at all. Not a problem at all. It's nice to see new faces, but I see your face on Twitter. So it's a new face on Twitch I'm seeing, if that makes sense. But yeah, no worries at all. I keep forgetting. I'm like, what was I talking about? And then Sunday we're gonna do the last episode of Scarlet Hollow, because they only have 4 episodes out. So that is what I have so far for the schedule. I don't know if I'll do a weekday stream, just because I already have 3 streams, but maybe I will, maybe I won't. I haven't decided yet. Also, are we liking the frequency of streams? Just like 3 to 4? Yeah, we're still doing Friday night. We're doing Spirit Hunter. I don't really count that a weekday stream because I'm done with work and it's like I can stay up however late as I want. But yeah, we're returning to Spirit Hunter Friday. I am multi-streaming right now, yep. I've been enjoying it. Is Twitch messing up? Because whenever I multi-stream, Twitch has like a fit, and it's like... Twitch, my stream is not unstable, you just hate me. Alright, I finished half the cookie. I don't think I'll get to finish the other half. I tried to be fast. I'm sorry, guys. How big is that cookie? It's a pretty big cookie. Alright, let's see. Make sure the category is the correct game. It is. Which is still saying I am unstable. How is the volume for the music, by the way? Does it overpower me, etc., etc.? How is it? Alright, how about now? Does it sound a bit better now? I want to get the audio taken care of before we jump in the game. And luckily there's no voice acting. I have to do it. So it's just the music we have to get right. Perfect? Nice. Alrighty. Hope you got water today. I have a little bit with me. Alright, let's go. Chapter 3, Episode 3. Which we've already saved. Do we want a recap? Let's do a recap. It's been a week, yeah? Do we want a full recap or just episode 2? Let's just do a episode 2 recap. We should be okay, maybe? Alright, from now on, you're back at the estate by bedtime. No more impromptu sleepovers. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. I'm gonna keep my ears open for you. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip. I hear a lot about what's going on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. Have either of you seen Rosaline? Oh! Well, now I remember what happened. I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into any trouble out there. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out. Nothing strenuous, we promise. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now, anyways. I forgot about Reese, too. And then here's Wayne. Stay home, wait for the week to end. Don't keep putting yourself in the path of danger. This is all I ask. Well, sir, stop stalking me. You're interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snack pops through a hole in the fence disappears over the crest of a hill. She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut as a secret hangout anymore. But the Shaw Mine, that place was shut down like 100 years ago, after a collapse that killed over 100 people. My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe, and we can hang out here whenever we want. Okay, girl, keep lying. My dad says our house is haunted. It probably is. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. Wait a second. Where'd three of you run off to? Are you kidding me? There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest, like the deep growl of a predator. Hey, are you alright, Bean? Stella reaches for your shoulder, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Oh god, flashbang. Bean, are you alright? Why is she here right now? Tabitha isn't here. What are you doing here? Wait, Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them there. I know which way they're going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. Hello, Nova. Welcome, welcome. Your surroundings quake as the mine collapses around you. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust. When you close your eyes, you see Rosalina's face twisted with pain, staring up at you with tear-stricken cheeks. Trapped by powers beyond her control, terrified of what her now uncertain future would hold. Alright, time to wake up! Oh, the creature's gone! Sunshine filters in through the dusty windows of the estate as your eyes flit open. You manage to survive a second night in the town of Scarlet Hollow. Okay, yeah, 2 nights in a row, I'd be like, no, this is too much for me. I'm going home. Sorry. Peace. As you pull yourself out of the bed, you can feel the soot and grime from the Shaw mine still stuck to your skin. Ew, I didn't shower? Well, never mind. This place probably doesn't have a working shower. I'm gonna take a shower. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. Just take the curtain down, it's all ripped up. The water is hot and surprisingly enough, clean. As steam fills your lungs and soot washes down the drain, what do we think of? Oh, this is horrifying. Think about Wayne and how many times he's watched you unseen. Like right now in the bathroom. Please no. We're not gonna think about someone special. I'm sorry. You think about Rosalina's shattered leg and the image of a foot barely still attached to her body. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. I didn't even use shampoo, conditioner, or body soap. I just let the water clean me. Time to start your day. Let's look out the window. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. A different you might have been taken away by this view, drifting into fantasies about how you might have tidied it up and enjoyed tea by the fountain. But a lot has happened since you first arrived into town. No shower karaoke? Nope. We were too traumatized, so we're just gonna skip it. You turn your back to the guest room. Oh god, that scared me. How long were you going to sleep? How long were you going to have slept in this room without realizing you shared the space with that doll? Hopefully he doesn't get up and move while you're not around. Well, we're in a horror game, so it wouldn't surprise me. You pick it up to examine it more closely. Its foot reads, property of Alexandra? Alexandra? I don't think we know an Alexandra, sorry. You put it back and close the closet behind you. You pull out your phone and open up your group chat with Stella and Kanika. Send a photo of a pained old man? Oh god. This is a good morning text for me. It's memes. You send a photo of a pained old man. BRB, no worries, Pack. It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. You've done everything you wanted to up here. It's time to start your day. Oh, this must be, Julia? Julie? The woman who comes and cleans every week. You enter the kitchen to find your cousin in midst of devouring a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She isn't alone. The creature is here as well. Frou-Frou glares at you from her usual spot on the counter as a red-headed woman busies herself trying to tidy as best as she can. Vile woman, destroying the natural odor of my kitchen. Tabitha's gaze swivels from the woman to you, her glare intensifying. Girl, listen. Bonjour, Frou-Frou. But I should say hello. Hi, I'm Bean. Janie, that was it. Good morning, I'm Janie. Just here to do my little weekly cleaning. Whatever cleaning Miss Tabitha will let me do, at least. I could have this place looking brand new, you know. Don't go making any big renovations or moving anything around. I like knowing where my stuff is. Girl, it's a pigsty in here. It needs to be cleaned. Okie dokie. It's so nice to finally meet you, Bean. I mean, I guess I did meet you on Monday when you popped into the diner. Janie. But seeing someone somewhere else and meeting them face to face are two completely different things, I suppose. Thanks. All I'm trying to say is that it's wonderful to finally actually meet you, and I'm so happy part of the family is here to keep Miss Tabitha company, what with everything that's Janie. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Tabitha. Am I being too much again? Tabitha grumbles in acknowledgement. We're gonna say bonjour, Frou-Frou. She just hates me, but you know what? I have been like a dick this playthrough. Ugh,
Bonjour, sacre bleu. Do not think you can say bonjour to me just because I slept at the foot of your bed last night. I still despise you. 3 humans at once, this is aberrant. Your stink will linger here for hours. How am I supposed to bear it?
I see. Talking to my cat again. Are you sure you didn't get hit on the head last night?
You don't say good morning to your pets? I always make sure to talk to my farm cats and alpaca. Oh, she has alpaca. Like they're people. To me, they kind of are.
How's it hanging? Who says that? Hey Tabitha, how's it going? That little girl from last night. Apparently they had to take her foot. Tabitha takes one last spoonful of ice cream, then discards the empty container, turning to you with her trademark scowl. Let's get going. I've got an errand to run in town, and every time I've left you here alone, something terrible's wound up happening. So you're coming with me. Let's see. Oh, hold on. You can't just tell me Rosalina lost a foot and move on from that like nothing happened. Just because something terrible happened to someone, it doesn't mean that life doesn't go on. Life has to go on. And let me assure you that what happened to that poor girl weighs heavily on my mind. Now, shall we go? Or would you rather keep bombarding me with guilt for something I had nothing to do with? Sure, I'll meet you outside. Given your track record, if I let you out of my sight, you'd probably just disappear into the wilderness, only to return in the middle of the night after burning down City Hall. Listen, it's only episode 3. I don't think I'm gonna burn it down. Janie, lock up when you leave, please, and don't go rearranging anything I'll know. As you're ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Bean, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for Oscar and poor little Rosalina. They're such sweethearts. Couldn't have happened to nicer people. Thanks. Last night was a lot. If you ever need to talk to anyone, my husband is the local pastor. He's a gentleman and always willing to lend an ear. He's actually been going a little stir-crazy ever since we moved here, what with nobody really attending sermons. Sermons? Wow, I can't speak. It'd probably do him a little good to talk to you through your worries. With everything that's been going on lately, having a priest on speed dial seems handy. Why are you rolling your eyes? Having a pastor on speed dial is always handy. Debatable. And my Daniel is just a wonderfully talented pastor. Also debatable. Enough dawdling. We're leaving. You and Tabitha walk through the doors of the estate and into her car. I did not get breakfast. I barely showered. I am like a hot mess right now. I'm like dripping wet. I have the clothes on that I came into town with. No food in my stomach. Probably barely any sleep last night. I'm a hot mess. The ride to town is uneventful. Your cousin, unsurprisingly, more focused on the road than on making conversation. Alright, we're just popping into the general store for a few minutes. What are we going to do at the general store? Picking up tea from Sybil. You drink tea? Yeah, whatever. I do a lot of stuff you don't know about. What's that supposed to mean? After everything that's happened the past 2 days, it's nice just to go run an errand. Exactly. You and Tabitha turn as the door to the general store bursts open. A flustered Kanika exits, shouting behind her. Fine. Okay, keep coddling him. Keep letting him get away with stuff you never would have let me so much think about. I am sick of carrying this family. Kanika storms off. The door slowly drifts shut behind her. Did she respond to my hilarious meme I sent this morning? Is the question. Ugh, other people and their drama. If more people kept things to themselves, they'd be a lot more happier. Let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. True strength is not being afraid to show when you're struggling. Being able to pick things up and put them down doesn't make you an expert on strength of character. Okay, first off, she called me strong, which is good. But second off, rude. Also, I should actually, my character is just too bright for the game. Let me match the game. Because I keep looking at OBS and I'm like an eyesore. Is it display 1? There we go. I think that dims me down a little bit. Does that help? No, it doesn't look good. I just want to look decent, but I'm like... Okay, how about that? I'm still too bright for this game, I think. That's so sad. We're burning daylight. Come on already. The bells of the general That took a while to load. The bells of the general store chime as you cross the threshold. The smells of old wood and steamy herbal tea flood your senses, making you feel instantly at home. I forgot the voice I did for Sybil. There's too many people to do voices. Good morning, you two. Hope you're doing well after last night's activities. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Bean, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. Is Kanika okay? Of course, she just needs some time to cool down. Emotions are a little high considering everything that happened yesterday. She'll settle down soon enough. I'm just glad both of my little ones made it out okay. Sybil motions for Tabitha to follow, and they disappear into the tea room, closing the door behind them with a tinkling of bells. I'm just gonna listen into them, because I'm nosy. You walk up to the door of the tea room to listen in. Subtle. Longer than you'd hope, but... Sybil pauses, and a moment later you hear footsteps move to the far end of the tea room. If she and Tabitha resume their discussion, their voices are too soft for you to hear. It isn't long before the tinkling of bells interrupts your attempted listening session to announce another patron. Who are you? Or in this case, another 2 patrons. This is Duke. I have no clue who you are. Well... You've never seen the man beside Duke before, but whoever he is, he's big. I love that. I get to say that with my powerful build. If it ain't Bean. Bo, this is Miss Scarlet's cousin. She was there with Stella that night in the woods. Okay, you're Bo. It's a pleasure to meet you, miss. My name is Bo. I'm Duke's boy. Hope you've been faring better since all the unpleasantries. Oh, Birdie! How's Birdie doing? Oh, she's hanging in there. Too bad there's no vets in town anymore. Oh, that's not good, being a farmer and there's like no vets nearby. Now that I'm certain a vet could do her much good. We got her comfortable at least. We got her set up in a closet with a heat lamp. Been trying to feed her all her favorite foods, scrambled eggs and whatnot. Would scrambled eggs be considered cannibalism? Like, it's not fertilized egg, but it's still... You know? Would that count as cannibalism? But she hasn't been too interested. Because Birdie's a chicken. At least she's not out in them woods. Things have gotten worse. I did hear whispers about what happened up in the mines last night. So sorry to hear about little Rosalina. Scarlet Hollow ain't so safe this week, it would seem. How have you been? Are you hanging in there? Oh, I can't complain. Now that we know what's been getting at the chickens, them things won't so much as step a foot on my property. Not with Bo and me watching the perimeter with our shotguns ready. We even set up the missus with a pistol. Good thing we were watching. Nearly caught Julius trying to make off with Big Betty. As if he could have really carried off a nearly 2,000-pound pumpkin on his own. I'd almost love to see him try. It's not like we'll be taking her to the state fair anyways. Now all she's good for is making the world's largest pumpkin pie. I don't think Mama has a tin big enough for a Big Betty-sized pie daddy. Yeah, who is Julius? Who's Julius? Julius Tremaine. He practically spits the name out. Some cousin, however many times removed, though I don't claim him as kin. He owns the farm next to ours, except he doesn't seem to have a good grasp on whose property is whose. Thinks he owns half our land, always sneaking around and taking vegetables we planted. Of course, the way he tells it, we're the ones stealing from him, saying he's the one putting seeds in the ground. He's a miserable old cuss, and he knows it too. Stealing vegetables born of other folks' hard labor is probably the only joy he gets in life. Big Betty is a pumpkin? Sure is. Probably would have taken home at least a few ribbons at the state fair this year. Maybe even a world record if we were lucky. Ah, well, my hens are more important. We'll just have to grow an even bigger one next year, Daddy. Land's been good to us. We're sure growing big out here in Callaway Farm. Those things we saw on Monday are apparently called ditchlings. They're supposed to be a bad omen. Ditchlings? Sounds like some old folk tale. Suppose that suits them. As for being an omen, I believe that too. But I suppose there's not much to be done if they're forewarning some kind of disaster. Besides, looking out for me and mine. Oops. That was not a period, that was a comma. Still, I appreciate you telling me, Bean. Nice seeing you, Duke. It was a pleasure running into you, Bean, but we best get on with our shopping. Can't spend too long away from farm with those little devils running around. Can't leave Mama all by herself up there for very long. You have a good one. Hope Scarlet Hollow treats you better from now on. It was nice meeting you, Bean, and please tell Miss Scarlet I'm sorry about her mama. They shuffle off into the aisles. Tabitha and Sybil are still in the tea room. Your phone buzzes. Oh, finally, someone's replying to my meme. Oh my god. Hey, I overslept. Still gotta make myself breakfast. If y'all want, you can swing on by. Otherwise, meet at the library and figure out a plan. I think I'm good. Just had a big fight. Not really hungry. Sorry, ooh, that's Kanika. Oopsies. I think I'm good. Just had a big fight. Not really hungry. Gonna chill in my van for a while. If you want to hang out, though. Otherwise, see you guys at the library. You have plenty of time before dinner at Reese's. I could go to the diner to see Avery to get information. I could wait for Tabitha, or I could run away. I could check in on Oscar. I could swing by Stella's. I think if I swing... He is motherfucking tall, goddamn. There's a little possum back there, too.
A little pissum.
Well, I don't think Oscar knows me well enough, and maybe I should just let him cope with everything right now. So I think I'm gonna go to Stella's. I'm gonna run away from my cousin. Doesn't take you long to make your way to Stella's house. You politely knock on Stella's door. There's no answer. You knock again, louder this time. Your renowned effort is immediately met by the yelps of an excited Gretchen.
Oh, she's here, Stella, she's here.
An exhausted Stella groggily stares at you from her doorway. Ugh. Hey, sorry I'm a bit of a mess. I guess I slept in a lot. Give me a minute to finish getting dressed and I can make us some breakfast. That is a cute sponge holder. I want it. Stella talks from the other room as she changes. What are you feeling for breakfast? Pancake, eggs, and biscuits? Maybe just a classic scramble? This is why I can't do games that require me to speak a lot, because I stumble so much in the mornings. I just need to wake up earlier. I also have toaster waffles, if that's more your speed.
I may have already had my breakfast, but that won't stop me from partaking in whatever scraps may fall on the floor, of course.
All of those options sound incredible. It's like you know the way to my heart. What can I say? Great minds think alike. Let's see. I kind of want... I'm a pancakes gal. Excellent. Nothing like a stack of cakes for breakfast. We can even make them together.
Oh my god.
I ditched my cousin to go and make breakfast with my woman. Tabitha's gonna kick my ass when she sees me tonight.
I used to have a jumpsuit like Stella's, but I'm afraid mine's been torn to shreds from used reviews.
Alright, let's get started. I can flirt. That's a cute jumpsuit.
It most certainly is, isn't it?
Aw, thanks. I kind of picked it out just for you. You picked it out just for me? Oh my god. This used to be my lucky getup from back when I did ghost hunting videos. Though, I guess you might call it unlucky since I've never actually seen a ghost. But hey, after the past couple of nights, maybe we just need a little bit of bad luck. The kind of bad luck where we don't find anything, of course. Don't want to jinx us. Should we start on the food? I'm starving. Let's get started. Yes, I am here for the enthusiasm. Pancakes are pretty easy. The real challenge is not burning them. I mean, it's not hard to burn, it's not hard to burn food, just watch it. And not undercooking them. Okay, that might be a bit harder, but it's not that hard, just be pog. And not burning them and undercooking them at the same time. But hey, at least the ingredients are easy to assemble. I'll handle the dry stuff if you mix the wet stuff. Stella gives you a handful of pre-measured ingredients, a bowl, and a whisk. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna make an egg for myself while you work on the mix.
Can I have an egg too?
Actually, can I have an egg too? Of course, the more the merrier. Hope you like it over easy. Anyways, seems like you got an earlier start than I did today. Anything interesting happen while I sleep? Did Tabby give you a hard time? And have you heard anything from Oscar? Let's see. Tabitha was planning on babysitting me all day, but I gave her the slip. Because she, disappeared, and I'm like, ooh. I'm glad you're here. It's been really nice spending time with you, even if a lot of it has been the two of us running in terror from monsters lately.
I personally prefer that you came alone. My Stella could use better company like yourself in her life.
I ran into Duke and Bo at the general store this morning. Oh yeah? How they doing? Have they run into any more ditchlings? Seems like they're doing okay. I haven't talked to Oscar yet, but apparently they had to amputate Rosalina's foot. The color drains from Stella's face. Oh no. That poor pup. I hope I made things easier. Stella stands in silence for a moment before perking up. I baked some cookies last night after we got home. I was a little restless. I'll bring them over today. I'm not sure what else I can even do. Though cleaning his house of its spiritual residents will probably be helpful too. Hope you haven't forgotten about our ghost hunting plans this evening. How are you still so positive after everything that's happened? Different people cope in different ways. I know there's nothing I can do about this situation, so I just try not to think about it. If I did, I might sink into a pit of despair and then I'd just be useless. What if I just tuck it all away? I can be there for people who need me. Like the way you've been there for folks this week. You have a strong will. It's like you have these two giant brain biceps that shove all the bad feelings down in a dark hole where they die. Only the best and strongest feelings will survive in your mind palace. Oh, mind palace, look at that. Got some Alan Wake in there. And I guess Persona 5, but you know, nobody likes Persona 5. Thanks. That's a fun way to think about it. Just some really muscly dude in my subconscious fighting all my demons for me. I have a lot to thank that buff little guy for. She pauses for a moment. Yeah, I'm joking. I know a lot of people like Persona 5. I don't like it though. I joke about it. So ghost hunting, are you pumped? I'm extremely pumped. Excellent, me too. If there's a ghost, I hope it tries to communicate with us instead of scare us. I want to know what it's like to be dead, or if there are more ghosts out there. It's kind of a dark way to think, Stella. And if this is anything like any other ghost hunt I've ever been on, it'll be a much appreciated breather. Unless you count Tommy knockers as ghosts. I don't even know if you would count them as ghosts. Or Wayne. I don't even know about Wayne. Man, he's probably gonna appear out that window and be like, why aren't you home? Well, if y'all are excited, count me in on the enthusiasm. Eggs are done. Time for the pancakes. Stella takes your bowl from you, dumping it into her flour and whisking quickly to combine the ingredients. And now we pray the pancake gods for a perfect stack. Thanks for coming over, by the way. It's lonely here sometimes. I'm surprised to hear her say it, but it's true. It's so nice to finally see her have a caller again. So, what exactly is your history with my cousin? Okay, I guess I can spill the beans. I suppose you could say we kinda dated. It was never really official, and she might tell it a little differently, but as far as I'm concerned, that was my first relationship. Not that she's my type or anything, honestly, that's a lot closer to you. Oh, so you think, oh, so I'm your type, is what you're saying. You dated my cousin? Do you still have feelings for her? In case I haven't made it blindingly obvious, I'm interested in someone else. Oh. Interested in someone else? If you're talking about who I think you're talking about, I'm sure the feeling's mutual. I love how they're just looking at me like, what the fuck are you on? Oh yeah? Well, if that's the case, maybe I'll have to make a move soon before someone else snatches her up. Well, girl, I think you're in the running. You don't have to worry. Why'd you two split? I wish I knew. It just kinda stopped after high school. I guess we didn't see each other every day and she was always busy at the mine, so there wasn't much of a chance to hang out anymore. I wish we could have stayed friends, like actual friends. I could have used someone like her after the big accident. Kanika was at school already, Reese was sick, and Tabitha wouldn't even return my calls. It was, well, it's ancient history. Can't change the past. Time for the first flip. I'll need your moral support.
Mrs. Doubtfire, come and help us.
I will stretch. Also, welcome, Era. Ugh. Ugh. Stella's face screws in concentration as she readies herself to flip the pancake. Nailed it. That's the perfect flip. We're on a great team. So we're actually gonna meet Reese today, right? She'll show you all about... Wait, she'll show you all how to be really cooking. Heck yeah, we are. If Dr. Kelly tries to turn us away again, we can just sneak in. Nothing will stand in the way of us and friendship. What's he like? I'm not about to ruin a cool and mysterious introduction by telling you. I think you'll like him, though. Let's see. I should ask about the parents, right? Since clearly she likes me. I need to know about the parents. What happened to your parents? Stella tenses. Car crash. They were taking me to college. I didn't wind up going to college. Not much more to be said. That's why you've been so nervous around cars. Yeah. Can we talk about something else? You and Kanika seem really close. Yeah, it's nice that she's back in town, but I wish it were under better circumstances. She's so busy with the store, too. I don't know how she does it. It's been nice hanging out with her more the past couple of days. Though again, better circumstances would be nice. Do you ever hang out with Avery? Oh, that's a good question. I guess I just don't know them very well. I grew up with Reese and Kanika and Tabby. Even you don't seem like a stranger. What with you, who you're related to? Avery moved here a few years ago. Kind of close on the heels of all the stuff with the accident, so I guess I wasn't really in the right headspace for making new friends. I do go to their parties, but now that you mention it, it is weird that I haven't thought to try and hang out with them outside of that. I should text them sometime. How's the food coming? Funny you should ask that. Looks like we're done here. And with that, breakfast is served.
The two of you wouldn't mind saving me a couple of scraps? That meal smells absolutely delicate.
And look, I didn't burn any of them. The pancake gods wanted to make sure I could impress my guests with my incredible breakfast skills.
Bon appetit.
I'm so glad you came over today. I've been having a little bit of a hard time sleeping the past couple of nights. I'm sure you can relate. I think I need a nice, slow morning like this, just hanging out with you. As you and Stella start to dig in, you're interrupted by a phone alarm going off. Oh shoot, I almost forgot, it's Mayor Jimmy Day. If they're even still doing it after last night. I wonder how far the news has spread. Either way, it's a good excuse to meet up with Oscar and see how Rosalina's doing. Gretchen scoffs at the mention of Mayor Jimmy. Mayor, my rear end. I certainly never voted for him. Gretchen says she didn't vote for him. Well, of course she didn't. Gretchen's a dog. Dogs can't vote. Stella falls silent. Maybe they should, though. How would that even work? Little paw prints? Never mind. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's scarf this down and head on over. I'll make sure to bring some biscuits for the mayor.
Biscuits? I can't believe Stella's bringing the good stuff for that lowlife.
Gretchen doesn't seem to like Mayor Jimmy very much. Huh? Because she barked? Well, that won't stop me from bringing biscuits. It's always good to be polite. Let's go. You and Stella make your way to the library. It's busier than usual. A small crowd has already formed in the corner of the main foyer. Now we're just waiting on Kanika. Thank God we have something to do this morning. My family's been driving me nuts. Yes, the whole gang's here. I've been waiting to introduce Bean to the mayor for, like, the entire time I've known her. It'll be worth it. Trust us. Alright, shall we? He's a dog. The mayor is a dog. Hello, Dara. Welcome. Wait, I can speak to him! You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash, his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. You haven't met the serious man by his side, but you have to assume that he's the mayor's handler. Good morning, citizen. I don't believe we've met. He holds out his paw as if to shake your hand. You take his little paw in your hand, but the burly security detail stops you. No paw shaking, only head pats and ear scratches allowed. I must apologize for my security detail. He has my best interests at heart, but he can be a little gruff at times. He's a dog. And you're an ape. And yet here I am, the big dog in charge. He's the mayor. I'm so glad no one ruined the surprise. This town has had a dog as mayor since the early 1990s. Sorry, the 1900s. That's just how we do things around here for some reason. It's the best part of living in Scarlet Hollow, besides the nature. And all of my friends and Winnie's Biscuits, oh, and the close-knit town community, of course. But having a dog mayor is a close fifth, no contest. Now, is there something I can help you with? You're not one of my... God, my throat. I'd like to make sure I spend plenty of time with the voters. Wow, rude. Gretchen says you're a lowlife. I'm gonna say this. Gretchen says you're a lowlife. Watch it. Ah, Miss Gretchen, what must I do to earn your loyalty?
I'll settle for nothing less than you stepping down from office.
Mr. Mayor, there's something very serious going on in town. We need your help. Murmurs stir in the crowd behind you as you relay the danger to the mayor. Of course. The pet disappearance. I've been made aware of the situation. But what do you expect me to do about it? It's autumn. That's tourist season in Scarlet Hollow. Oh god, it's gonna be like Jaws all over again. Where the mayor's like, no, we have to keep the beaches open. I don't care if there's a shark. Summertime is tourist season. This is when we make our money. I can't turn away the lifeblood of this town, not with the mine faltering the way it is. There was a mine collapse last night. We don't need any more news of disaster coming out of Scarlet Hollow. Do you understand? So you know there's monsters laying eggs in local animals, and you're just going to let it happen? Laying eggs? Don't be ridiculous. I'm sure that whatever is causing these disappearances is just a bear or a mountain lion. We've all smelled them, up in those hills. They'll move on. This is a southern town. Plenty of people are armed around these parts. They'll take care of the problem before it gets out of hand. And in the meantime, it's best not to cause a panic. I'm a pillar of this community. It's my job to project strength to my constituents. I can't speak. My throat's killing me. I've heard just enough from you, Jimmy. Look at you, putting on a show in front of your adoring fans, while the dogs of this town are snatched up by monsters in the woods, hoping the humans will clean it up after you. When are you finally going to do something meaningful for the hairier citizens of Scarlet Hollow? Now, Miss Gretchen, there's no need. Scraps never would have let those things prowl that woods for long.
And you sit back waiting for the humans to notice, letting more innocent dogs suffer. You know, I'm almost happy I lost my life to those things the other night. Oh, sorry. You know, I almost lost my life to those things the other night. Now, Gretchen, a lot of those were old dogs. It's fair of me to assume they simply went to the big farm upstate. Don't you dare talk to me about old dogs.
She's got a point, Mr. Mayor. I love how everyone's like, what is this woman on? She is talking to dogs.
You're damn right I do. Scraps would have been out in those woods at the first sign of trouble, tearing out the throats of any creatures who dare threaten the dogs of Scarlet Hollow. Yet here he is posing for the little rectangles like nothing.
Gretchen squirms in Stella's arms, straining to get at Mayor Jimmy. Whoa there, Gretchen. Calm down, old girl. You're gonna pull a muscle.
Mr. Franklin, I think now's a good time to dispose of this riffraff.
Miss Richmond, I'm gonna have to ask you and your dog to step away from the mayor. I should have known better. These two have never been able to get along. Stella walks off, still struggling to hold Gretchen as she shouts insults back at Jimmy.
Ingrate. Never do well. You dog!
Kanika is quick to follow. Well. Looks like everyone else is just talking to Oscar in the other room. Oh, over there. Who the hell are you? I don't like this. The music is ominous. This man just approached me. Like, excuse me. I think I'm getting like a not summer, but like a spring sickness, like the change in seasons. Before you can catch up with your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor- Oh, you're Pastor Daniel! I take it you're Bean. Everyone's been buzzing about you. But why is the music creepy? I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. Janie mentioned you this morning. That woman is the light of my life. I'm so glad she's there to help your cousin through this rough patch. Let's see. The mayor is a huckster and a fraud. The bastard cares more about tourism than the fate of the town. The pastor goes quiet for a second, his face suddenly white as a sheet. The smile fades from his face as he stares at you intently, studying your expression. You too. He glances to either side before continuing. I thought I was the only one. Please come visit me at the church soon. Seems like we might have a lot to talk about. He hurries off, suddenly quiet and serious. That was interesting. Nothing to do now but catch up with your companions. I heard from Bean what happened, Oscar. I'm so sorry. Poor Rosalina. Can't even imagine how scary this must be for her. She seems to be in high spirits right now, but they've got her on some pretty strong pain medication, so I'm not sure how she's going to feel when it wears off. And it was the whole foot? Yeah, it's bad. But she's alive. We'll both be able to move on from this. We just have to get through the rough parts first. I should have done more for her. No, you don't have to beat yourself up over this. She's actually been talking about you all morning. She's really happy that you were able to help her and her little friends. She keeps saying how much she wants to bake you a cake. Aww. Of course, we need a real kitchen for that. not just a hot plate. Sorry to cut our conversation short, but I better get going. I was only supposed to come back to pick up a few things, but then the hospital called and said there'd been some big bus accident on the highway, and they need the bed, so I have to come pick her up. Even though our house is still haunted and the only place she can lie down until then is the dirty back room that drove her away in the first place, and Mayor Jimmy Day is happening. Sorry. I'm just a little overwhelmed. It's okay, Oscar. We're here to help. Yeah, we're gonna get that ghost. We could always go ahead and do a Ghostbuster, whatever we're calling it, while you're out. And she'd be able to go right back to her old room as soon as she gets back. That's probably a good idea, right? If only. But it doesn't come out during the day. So any bust-in attempts are going to have to wait until nightfall. Still not even sure how we can get rid of it all. I think I'd have to see for myself if it was gone. It managed to trick me a couple of times, and I can't handle any more surprises right now. Welcome back, Hope. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying your coffee. I've got every ghost hunting device known to man. You're in good hands, Oscar.
We have the power of friendship on our side.
Don't worry, Oscar. We'll fix this. Heck yeah, we will. Yeah, whatever this is, we'll get to the bottom of it. Tonight. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm heading out. It should be dark by the time we get back, so I suppose I'll see you then. Oscar hurries off, car keys jingling as he jogs out the door. Let's head up to Reese's. Maybe we can get him to come ghost hunting with us tonight. Oh no, you're not gonna try to get Dr. Kelly to let him leave the house, are you? She'll kick us out even for asking. I wonder if he even knows what happened last night. I don't know how disconnected he is from the news around town. Jeez, should we tell him? Gosh, I don't know. Maybe we should just play it by ear. Anyways, shall we? Time to go.
So about the mayor.
I like the cut of his jib. No. You should vote for Scraps next election. That's who Gretchen supports. Good coffee, but really dislike when companies prioritize remote orders over walk-in. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. He's corrupt. That dog cares more about tourist money than protecting the town. Does Scarlet Hollow even get tourists? Kanika laughs. Well, we get a few. Who all come to see the mayor. The plot thickens. So I finally met Pastor Daniel. It was only a matter of time until he tried to pull you aside about grief counseling. When my dad died, I had to ban him from the general store for a week. He wouldn't stop leaving these little pamphlets at the checkout. I don't know where he finds so many. I think he comes off as a little weird because he shares my gift. Your gift? The one where I can talk to animals. He corroborated some of the things the mayor told me. Wait, really? Whoa. Okay. Assuming for a minute that both you and Pastor Daniel have magical powers to speak to animals, I don't think that's enough to explain how weird the guy is. For an instance, I like you, and I don't like that pastor. I wonder how many people out there share your gift. There's so many implications. I'm going to continue to pretend that Bean is just really good at reading animal body language. I don't think I can handle any more world-shattering revelations this week. So they're just gonna ignore I talk to animals. They're like, yeah, that's great, Bean. That's great. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. Should we invite Avery ghost hunting? Oh, yeah, totally. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that. I'm sure they'd get a hoot out of it. Yeah, I can't say I mind having a calming presence with us tonight. We won't be much help to Oscar if we start jumping at our own shadows. Cool, I'll text them on the way over to Reese's. What about Tabitha? What about her? You're not planning on inviting her, are you? Oh my god, yes! Can you imagine how much fun that would be if she really shows? Stella, come on. I know you think you have some kind of bond with her, but she's awful. She isn't even nice to you. You just haven't given her a chance. Maybe if she comes along tonight, the two of you will finally get along. No. Okay. I won't invite her. Great. Thanks. Alright, shall we head out? Also, I'm surprised Tabitha hasn't, like, ran in here to find me. Like, I left her. The three of you leave the library for an early dinner at Reese's. We just had breakfast, but now it's dinner. You once again find yourself in front of Reese's house. A cold hesitation grips you as the building looms over the hilltop. Though it's only early afternoon, it feels much later. The sun is already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. We're a little early. What if Dr. Kelly yells at us? There's no such thing as early when you're hanging out with friends. There's just extra time you get to spend together. Okay, but what if she yells at us? It's too late. The door swings open. Hey! Reese! Oh my god, dude. It's been ages. You must be Bean, right? I've heard a lot about you. Stella's been relentless about making sure I got all the Bean updates. My goodness gracious, there's something that smells terrible off that boy. Get away from my Stella, you fiend. Gretchen starts yelping at Reese, straining against Stella's grip as she tries to get between them. Oh, this is interesting. Talking to animals is just fine. It's when they start talking back. Are they here already? I knew you'd show up early, Stella, and you brought that dog. Great. Him and his mom look so much alike. Like, I know they're related, but damn, they really look alike. Yeah, I thought she might cheer Reese up. I don't know what's gotten into her all of a sudden. The dog stays outside. But it's okay, Stella. We can let her chill in my band for a bit. I'll run the AC and leave some treats. You know, I always have some of those easy-chewed dog jerkies stashed away. The gumption! This is a violation of my rights. But we go everywhere together. Do you want to come in or not? Kanika nervously tugs Stella away towards her van. You keep her safe from that monster, Bean, you hear? You don't let a feather of harm fall on my darling Stella. Well, what about you, Bean? Are you coming in? Oh, sure. It's not like I'm gonna die or anything. You follow Reese and Dr. Kelly inside. Stella and Kanika aren't far behind you. The house feels cold. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile, uncomfortably tidy to the point where you're nervous to touch anything. If it weren't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven, and the unsettling artwork hanging on the walls, you'd be half convinced you'd wandered into a real estate showing. So, how can I lend a hand? By sitting down at the table and not puttering around in my kitchen. I made sure everything was done well in advance, so the only thing left are the dinner rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we can have a quick dinner, and then you can leave my house and go about your business. But I was hoping to see some of Reese's new art. We still have time now, don't we? You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you? It's not that bad. You can still see the floor. Dr. Kelly raises a single questioning eyebrow. I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, I doubt it could be any worse than the way I keep my room. Yes, okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen. I don't care what you get up to. Cool, we'll just be downstairs. You won't even know we're here. And then we all start screaming and ripping stuff down. You make your way towards the basement stairs. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at its creator. Oh look, it's Pinhead. A little, oh, you can't see it, but it's a little wormy man. Let's see what else. That's an interesting piece. Like, he has a lot of art. Oh, he has a plant too. Look at that. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Hello, Epsilon. Welcome, welcome. Anyways, make yourself comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Haven't been cleaning much. Shit, that's me every day, dude. So, has Stella told you everything that's happened the past couple of days? Oh, she's told me all about what you guys have found out there. I wish I could see some of it myself, but, you know. He gestures in futility towards the walls of the basement. Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights? The doc isn't keeping me prisoner here, Stella. I'm sick. You know that. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. There's nothing to apologize for. And I appreciate the effort. Really, I do. There's just nothing you can really rescue me from. That die's already been cast. But we were talking about the past couple of days, weren't we? What do you think's going on with Wayne? We have not seen Wayne this entire episode. Where is he? He's gonna like peek out in one of these windows, I swear to God. Who? You know, the guy that's been following Bean around, being all ominous. Oh yeah, that slasher creep. I appreciate the classic Jason vibe he was going with. Here's hoping he doesn't live up to the look, for all of our sakes. Okay, that doesn't help, Reese. Let's see. Do you have any thoughts on the ditchlings we've been seeing? Yeah, they've been coming up to my window at night. Wait, really? Is that why you text me that they look like something out of your nightmares? Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating. I hadn't put it together that we might have been seeing the same thing until now. I've been sketching them, actually. Tell me what you think. This looks like the one I punched. In episode 1. He pulls out a sketchbook from one of the piles in his room. Okay, that's exactly what I saw on my way home last night. What does it mean that they've been lurking around here, though? I don't know, but I like the company. They're kind of beautiful in a sad way, if you ask me. I'm not gonna tell him I punched one. He might get sad. Agree to disagree with you there. Those things are gonna be stuck in my nightmares until the day I die. Hello, Priv, welcome. What do you think of my cousin? She was always so distant and mean. I probably would have thought she had it out for me, personally, if she wasn't like that way towards everyone. Or if I thought she even knew my name. But people change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible. You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really funny and sweet. I'll pass. Thanks. Do you think the town is doomed? I think everything is probably doomed at some point, but I guess that's answering a different question. Do I think the town of Scarlet Hollow is on the brinks of collapse? Probably not, but it's not like I have a lot of perspective on what it's like out there. There could be rioting on Main Street, and if Stella or the doc don't tell me, I just wouldn't know. I would totally tell you if there was a riot. Would Dr. Kelly tell you, though? I mean, yeah, I'd hope so, but the point I'm trying to make is that other people are my eyes out there. What are you sick with? Sorry, Reese. Bean is pretty direct. We don't have to talk about your illness. It's okay. I've come to terms with the way the rest of my life is gonna be. You're so macabre, Reese. You just make it sound like you've been sentenced to death. You haven't, right? Not exactly. No one really knows what's wrong with me, but it's been getting worse. I can barely keep most food down. My skin always itches like there's worms crawling underneath it. Oh. I could live for a long time or a short time. No one's sure. But I'm definitely not getting better. Whatever time I have left is going to be miserable. So I've done my mourning. My best years are behind me. My future is unknowable. But one day, I'll wind up in a pine box, just like everyone else. And I'm okay with that. Dang, Reese. I may be a goth, but that's some real nihilistic shit. We'll make sure to come by more often from here on out. Friendship heals all the wounds, right? Thanks, guys. But you really shouldn't worry about me. I have my art. I'm doing fine. Really. Surely there must be something the doctors can do for you, even if it's just helping you deal with the symptoms. The doc upstairs has consulted with a lot of specialists. I've tried a lot of medicines. Sure, some have been able to alleviate symptoms, but they always come with their own fun side effects. It wound up being a question of picking which set of discomforts I wanted to deal with. I settled on constant nausea and vomiting and a persistent itch I can't scratch. It's manageable. As long as I can still paint, I don't care. And hey, it isn't all bad. Some of it is just weird, like this. Reese pulls on the skin of his arm. It stretches unnaturally. I don't like that, and I don't like how long his nails are. This gives me a bad vibe. Oh! Hyperelasticity. Kinda cool, right? Whoa. Does that not hurt? Nope, feels fine. Like I said, it gets itchy under the skin sometimes, but I don't know if that's the elasticity, the medicine, or some other part of my condition. No, my skin does not stretch like that. Your art. There sure is a lot of it. Yeah, it's kind of a compulsion. Being stuck down here all the time can be pretty frustrating. My emotions have nowhere to go, so they just go writhe and grow inside of me and pick me apart from within. But when it gets bad, I can just pick up a paintbrush and let them flow out of me and onto a canvas. Like I can trap them somewhere outside of myself, at least for a little while. But they come back over and over again, so I keep painting. You know, you could gain a real following if you ever posted these online. Just saying. Nah. I think I'm okay sticking to sparsely populated late-night live streams. That's all the social media I can handle. He's a streamer! You're a streamer. I don't know how you do it, Stella. Having to exist in front of all those people all the time. Knowing some version of you lives in their heads. Knowing they expect something out of you that you might not be able to give them. Okay, but if the only time you ever put your art on display is live stream during ghoul hours, when am I able to see what you've been working on? Tell you what, when I die, I'll leave you my paintings. Then you can see them all. I said streamer. He's a streamer. And maybe they'll be worth millions since I'll be dead. I'd be able to rest easy knowing someone had retroactively given my life value. That's quite a movie collection you got there. Got any recommendations? Let me think. Have you heard of Shi no Chi? Death Blood? I saw that for the first time recently and it blew me away. Excellent example of both Japanese horror and found footage done right. We could even put it on after dinner if you guys are interested. Dang, I would usually be down for that, but we've got to head over to Oscar's after this. We promised we'd ghost bust his place. He's apparently been dealing with a bad haunting. And I feel like we should really be there for him tonight, considering everything that's happened. He and Rosalina both need our support right now. I'll take a rain check on the movie, though. Yeah, we'll definitely come by for a movie night this week. I'm free tomorrow night. Same goes for Bean. Wait, you don't know my schedule? I should probably work tomorrow, but I can close up early. Oh my god, we're gonna go watch our movie. So you three go way back, huh? Almost to the womb. The school here is a tiny K through 12. Not exactly a one-room schoolhouse, but not far from it. We're lucky we all got to know... Sorry. We're lucky we all got along as much as we did. Some kids weren't able to make any friends their own age. They just happened to be born around the same time as some real jerks and were stuck with them through their whole school career. Poor kids. Not that we were free from dealing with jerks, like a certain Scarlet I could name. Okay, she was a little rough around the edges, but she was pretty friendly when you got past that. Maybe to you, the way she used to look at me, you'd think I'd rolled in something foul every morning before school. Same here. Though to be fair, the feeling was more mutual between us. She deserved it, though. Let's see. Your mom really looks out for you. That's one way to look at it, I guess. It's possible she's gotten a bit of an edge lately. I think my condition has been stressing her out a lot. It used to be something she thought she could fix, but I think she's kind of accepted that it's just something we have to manage. But even if she is a little harsh, she means well. It's like you said, she's just looking out for me. She's kind of hot. I don't think I should drop that. I get it. She's just worried about you. Are you sure it's not just that I did something wrong and she's never forgotten it and will hold it against me until the day I die? Oh, sorry, that was not Reese, that was Kanika. Actually, Kanika, I think she admires you. She says you have a good work ethic and she has a lot of respect for people like that. Really? She really said that? Oh. Then I can't imagine how mean she must be to the people she doesn't like. I think she's usually nicer to them. That's how you know you've really messed up. What about me? Does she say things about me? Do you want to know? Well, when you say it like that, no. I'll just keep imagining us being very good friends. Dinner's gotta be ready by now, right? Almost on cue, Reese's mom shouts from the kitchen. Dinner's on the table. Guess that's it for catching up. Make sure you wash your hands with soap. Yeah, I know how to wash my hands, lady. I don't want anyone sharing their germs at the dinner table. Sure thing, Doc. I'm allergic to soap and I can't wash my hands. Yes, ma'am. Oh, some of his art is up here. But it looks like it's just him and his mom. You make your way towards the sink, but are stopped in your tracks by the pull of an odd door at the end of the hall. It feels out of place, like you've accidentally wandered into a different, older house. But more than that, you feel something radiating out from behind it. Something dark and cold. Something that reminds you of the dusty tunnels you narrowly escaped last night. An impressive hum just beyond your hearing fills the air, and you feel strange. You're compelled to approach the door, drawn in as if hypnotized. Guys, I think we have to open the door. Before you know it, the doorknob is turning in your hand, your heart full of both deep dread and a compulsive need to know what might be on the other side. Knock first, please. No, we're just gonna rip the door open. What do you think you're doing? Oh! Well? I was looking for the bathroom. You passed by the open door that's clearly a bathroom and went snooping around. Come on, get washed up. Everyone's waiting on you. You won't let her interrupt you. You need to find out what's behind that door. Oh, no, you don't. Come on, wash your hands and sit down. It's really like forcing me to get to that door. She grabs you by the shoulder, yanking you away. You do as she says, cleaning up under her watchful eyes and allowing yourself to be ushered back to the table away from the door. What's behind that door? Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. She sits opposite you at the far head of the table, her features silhouetted against the light of the setting sun in the window behind her. It's a position of authority where her height gives her vantage point over everyone else. No one at this table does anything without her noticing. It almost feels like, despite the presence of your friends, this is strictly a conversation between you and the doctor. Ooh. Pills? She slides a few tablets towards Reese. He obediently swallows them. This is excellent, Dr. Kelly. Is the pasta sauce homemade? No, it's from a jar. I worked too many hours to make my own pasta sauce. Well, you have excellent taste in brands, and if you ever want any tips on easy homemade pasta sauces, you know No thanks, Stella. I have the internet if I need recipes. Thanks again for having us, Dr. Kelly. We really appreciate it. Oh, I'm not saying that. Reese is a talented artist. You must be very proud of him. He has a lot of skill, honed through practice and dedication. I can't say I understand a lot of his pieces, but of course I'm proud. Thanks, Doc. He doesn't even call her mom. Should I just be a bitch to her? Does no one in this town have two parents? Maybe I shouldn't say that. Why are you so hell-bent on keeping your son from seeing his friends? I'm his doctor and his mother. I know what he needs better than anyone, and I don't appreciate some stranger who met him less than a half an hour ago trying to tell me how to take care of him. You know, Doc, I feel fine. I mean, as fine as usual, so not perfect or anything. But I don't think seeing my friends has had the kind of effect you thought it would. It's been really nice, actually. Hear that? Reese can hang out with friends again. If you're still feeling okay after dinner, maybe you can even come ghost hunting with... Ow! Jeez, Kanika, what was that for? Don't push it, Stella. Just say that next time instead of kicking me. Your boots are heavy. Sorry, Dr. Kelly. We're totally respectful of Reese's boundaries, even though they might seem a little arbitrary and strict. They're not arbitrary. These rules are in place for a good reason. Tell me how great you feel in an hour when the exhaustion catches up to you, Reese. You'll be knocked out all evening and regretting every minute of this, let me assure you. As if I would regret being able to see other people for the first time in months. I don't care what happens. It was worth it. You can feel the tension at the table start to rise. Ooh! Do you know Sam Wayne? Sam Wayne? Dr. Kelly takes a moment to think. No, doesn't ring a bell. Someone you know? Someone's been following Bean around. Super mysterious guy. We have reason to believe he might be caught up in some kind of weird illness at the mines. He definitely looks like he could use medical help. So please let us know if he shows up or anything. If there's someone harassing you, you should get the police involved. This isn't any of my business. You're a doctor. Where were you the night that Rosalina got hurt? I'm a doctor, not an EMT. But once she's back in town, I expect we'll be seeing a lot of each other. She won't be the first amputee I've treated, so at least I have some experience. Poor kid. It's gonna be a tough adjustment. I just hope I can be helpful to her. Poor Rosalina. I think she'll just be fine. Oscar said she seemed in high spirits. Pain meds will do that. Aside from Reese's mom staring down the table, nobody's making eye contact with anyone else. What were Stella and Kanika like as kids? Noisy and messy, like all kids. And they always had those little projects, videos or crafts or animal rescues, whatever it was that had captured their imaginations that week. So like I said, noisy and messy. Didn't we bring a dead squirrel into your house once? Oh god, not the squirrel. I remember that squirrel. Didn't you think the doctor could Frankenstein it back to life or something? I was like 12. I was very spectacled to what I saw in media, and I was very sad about the squirrel. That's one of those things that keeps me up at night. I still feel guilty about bringing that into your house, Dr. Kelly. I'm just glad you didn't make it a habit. Yeah, thanks for putting this together, Dr. Kelly. I don't usually have to cook for so many people. I'm just glad there's enough for everyone. It reminded me of what it used to be like when these two would come over, hungry teenagers eating me out of house and home. I should have charged your parents for all the food you kids went through. Honestly, it was like I was running a restaurant, not a doctor's office. How well do you know Tabitha? Not very. I'd know her a lot better if your family didn't seem to be so afraid of doctors. I can count on one hand the number of times she's been in my office. No wonder everyone but that old Edwardian died so young. Hopefully your mother was better at taking you to doctor visits. Wouldn't be surprised if there was something genetic at play, and it's much better to catch those things early. We're just gonna try to find out everything. Have there been any strange illnesses spreading around town? What? No. Are you sure you haven't met with any minors who had unusual symptoms? Anyone who seemed sort of drippy? Or strangely ominous when they talked? Sorry to pry, just doing my due diligence. Oh, Mrs. Doubtfire, thank you. Let me stretch you. Absolutely not. I've barely seen so much a runny nose, which is a good thing. If you're so concerned about the mine, why don't you just have Bean ask Tabitha? I have no interest in violating HIPAA for your weird little investigation into nothing. Have you seen any weird hairless creatures scurrying around the woods? I don't tend to go wandering in the woods, so no. You don't have to go all the way into the woods. They've been coming to our windows at night. They've been what? There are these things called ditchlings, and they've been preying on the local wildlife. And Bean and I found a whole nest of them the other night when we... Oh, I see. They're some of your little cryptozoological creatures. I know it sounds pretty out there, but I've seen these things in person. We're not messing around. They're out there, laying eggs in animals and doing God knows what else. And here I thought you finally managed to get an even head on your shoulders, Kanika. Seems like Stella might be a bad influence on you. I know her little stories can be convincing, but that's only because she's managed to do so thoroughly convince herself. She's so... Yeah, I can't speak. She's not making up stories. Neither can Nika, and neither am I. All you have to do is look outside after dark. There have been more every night. They're all pale and doughy in their faces. They're like sculptures of humans that didn't set right. I see. You stay up too late painting your grisly faces, so you've started to see them everywhere else. I'm sure whatever's outside is just raccoons or... Stop. Stop doubting everything I say. Stop trying to rewrite things I tell you to fit what you think should be true. There's these weird little shits... Sorry, there's weird shit going on in Scarlet Hollow, whether you want to face it or not. Aside from Reese's mom staring down the table, nobody is making eye contact with anyone. I think... What if I just do this? And then she'll just, like, absolutely murder me. You remain silent, quietly picking at store-bought spaghetti and dinner rolls. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week, while Bean is still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever gonna change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone, just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sakes. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends. Oh. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix. Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Damn it, I knew it. I knew this would be too much. Everyone, get out of my house, please. Just leave us alone. Stop trying to interfere with his life. All it does is hurt him more. But we can't just leave him like this. Now is when he needs friends the most. No, now is when he needs me the most. I am his doctor and I'm his mother. I know you care about him. I know that, and he knows it too. Well, all of any of you would do is get in the way. So leave. Please. He seemed fine before dinner. It always comes in waves, and I can assure you that right now, he's very much not fine. Now leave. The three of you are rushed to the door. We'll be back, Reese. I hope you feel better soon. Well, what a nice dinner. Dr. Kelly shuts the door in your faces. The click of a lock signals the end of your dinner at Reese's. Something weird happened when I went to wash my hands. It was like I was forced to try to break into the clinic. Forced? How? It was like something was making me go there. I wonder, was it like that carving in the pit last night? Before you had that seizure, it was kind of like you were hypnotized. I didn't really have a good angle from the top of the ladder, but I guess I'll take your word on it. Hypnotism seems like a step up from what we've been dealing with, though. I mean, I don't know. A lot happened last night, but the whole thing was very trance-like. I guess it was kind of similar. What if there's another carving in there? That'd be so weird. If there is, I wonder if it'd give you another vision. Maybe these things have something to do with the ditchlings. Hello, Wolf. Welcome back. I'm hoping you're enjoying your pizza. You're not suggesting we go poking around in there, are you? Of course I am. Maybe tomorrow. I am not breaking into Dr. Kelly's clinic based on a bad vibe Bean got. Dr. Kelly is hiding something. You're right. This is fishy. I feel like maybe my fear of that woman is just more justified than I thought. She's just overprotective. I'm sure that's all that's going on. And she has every right to be. I mean, the poor guy took 2 bites of food and got sick immediately. I can't imagine what that's like for both of them to go through. Look, I'm just saying, maybe there's more to their dynamic than just him being sick, but it's not like there's much we can do about that right now. We could probably come back and forth on this for a while. Let's grab Gretchen and get going. The sun is setting and we wouldn't want to miss a second of ghost action. Stella hurries down the hill, almost as if to run away from what just happened. You and Kanika follow her down the slowly darkening street. Lit by the orange hues of the setting sun, the library feels different. What was once a quaint building in a small town now stands as an imposing structure, its walls holding something that stares back at you with menace. Maybe Stella was right. Maybe ghosts aren't real, and the rest of tonight is going to be a pleasant break from the events of the past few days. Your fists have gotten you this far. If there is something in there, you can take it. I'm gonna fight ghosts.
Oh, the creature! Pixel!
Just as its exterior was intimidating in the setting sun, the inside of the library is dark. Its shadow deep and foreboding. The meet and greet with the mayor ended quite some time ago, and the throngs of visitors took whatever joy was in this place with them as they left. Hey Oscar, are you back yet?
Shh, you can't yell in a library. It's against the rules.
It's after hours. Rules only apply before 5 p.m. This is our domain. Hey, you're just in time. Rosalina's situated in the back room. Alexis is gonna keep her company while we hopefully get this all sorted out. I'd love for her to be able to sleep in her own bed tonight. How is she doing? She's not quite as chipper as she was when she was on stronger meds, but she's still doing surprisingly well. Alexis has been by her side nonstop. She's been a really good friend. Rosalina and I are both lucky to have her right now. I'm glad she's back home, at least, and we'll be able to get her back into her real home in no time. I've come fully loaded, got my EMF reader, temperature gauge, spirit box, infrared camera, UV light, video cameras, salt, flashlights for everyone in case the ghost messes with the electricity, parabolic microphone, Sharpies and paper for automatic writing, matches and candles for rituals, and you've got your specter sniffing compatriot at your side too. Oh, sorry, oops, that's Gretchen, not Kanika. And you've got your specter sniffing compatriot at your side too. This nose can sniff out any ne'er-do-well we might find, whether spirit or scoundrel. Oh, and a Ouija board. I know they're toys, but you never know what might come in handy. Wow, this is a lot of ghost hunting stuff for something that was so last minute. Do you just have this stuff ready to go in a bag or something? Of course I do. I actually stashed a couple of bags here overnight after I got back from the mines. Excuse me? I wasn't about to carry everything around all day. This way we could go in light and pop out to grab more stuff once things start getting spooky. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I may never have found any compelling evidence of ghosts, but that's not for lack of trying. After last night, I'm more than ready to try again. Oh yeah, Avery was gonna come with us. Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Avery, glad you can make it. The more pairs of hands we have, the more equipment we can carry. Sure thing, always happy to offer a hand or two. Glad there'll be someone else with a level head in here tonight. Whoa, is that an EMF reader? I've never seen one in person. Look at all this stuff. Spirit box, parabolic, microphone. Y'all are really covered. Maybe I spoke too soon. You know me, Kanika. I'm as level-headed as they come. I'm not just ready to rule out weird paranormal stuff. When people tell me they saw a ghost, who am I to say they didn't? I mean... Y'all apparently saw some really unexplainable stuff on Monday. And that mine only collapsing again after 100 years while y'all were still there? I'm just saying, anything seems possible right now. Let's see. Last night was weird. I don't know what we saw. Same here. It was so dark and cramped in there. I can't be sure anything I heard or saw wasn't just part of a long, drawn-out panic attack. Good thing I got audio of the knocking. Real proof that we had a paranormal encounter. Or proof that the rocks were shifting around us, preceding a cave-in. One of these things is just slightly more likely than the other. Why'd the door open again? But that's what's so great about this stuff. It's fun to be terrified, you know? Oh, it's the Rosalina's one friend that was in the cave. I guess he's... Oh, wait! Didn't he say he wanted to come ghost hunting with us? Yo, don't rush off ghost busting without Zane. No way was I gonna forget your promise, Stella. Zane, glad you could make it. I was confronted with my own morality for the first time yesterday, so I'm desperate for answers about the afterlife to ease my troubled mind. Now let's go mess with some ghosts.
My oh my, this is certainly a lot of humans for one little old ghost hunt. I do hope this means my dear Stella will be safe this evening, and that whatever foul creatures lay in the shadow choose to prey on someone else.
I hope my house is big enough for 6 ghost hunters at once. If this is everyone, we can go ahead and get started. It's through the back. Follow me.
Oh, the creature. Hi, human. Kick ghost's ass, okay? I miss my special tree.
You and your companions grab some equipment from one of Stella's carefully stashed bug-out bags before heading towards the junction connecting Oscar's house and the library. Looks like the sun has almost set. This is when stuff usually starts to kick off. I haven't been back inside for about a week, so I have no idea what to expect. Hey! You're not doing this without me. If there's a ghost, I want to see it with my own eyes. Sorry, Mr. Grutez. I tried to stop her, but she was really convincing. Oh, hi, Zane. What's up? Yo! Rosalina. You decide it's best to let Oscar handle this. I've done enough resting, and it's not like hobbling around in the library is any different than hobbling around our house. I miss being there. I miss feeling home.
Let the pup come. It's best to give her the chance to face her obstacles head on. Take it from an old soul like me.
You shouldn't be hobbling around at all. Just take it easy until you're more healed. I've gotta learn to walk around eventually. Might as well start while I'm on pay meds. And our house is 1 story. It's not like I'm climbing Everest. Oscar sighs. The doctors did say I should encourage you to practice walking. Okay, you can come along, but if you get tired or if it starts to hurt, you just let me know right away. Thanks, Dad. Now let's get our house back.
Oh, look at the little creature bookends.
What is that? What is that? I think that's a ditchling. It's very hard to see, but I think that's a ditchling. Also, look! I think this is called, Unicorn in Captivity. I think that's what, the painting is called. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, right there. You all cross over the threshold and enter Oscar's living room. Family photos line the walls and stacks of books sit comfortably on wooden furniture. Okay, looks pretty normal for now. I don't remember that picture being on the floor, but that could be non-supernatural. None of my equipment is picking up anything around the picture. But I'll set up a camera in case it falls again. Could be important evidence. You might want to save your cameras for Rosalina's room. That's where I've seen the ghost manifest. I wonder if the ghost will even show with this many people around.
Oh dear. Could someone please warm the air back up? My joints are creaking in this dreadful chill.
Wait, is it just me or did it suddenly feel colder? It sure does. I definitely feel it. Same, I've got chills. The temperature gun says it's actually a couple of degrees colder. Maybe that's normal. Rooms and hallways are sometimes colder than the other parts of house. Whoa, a genuine cold spot. I gotta snap a pic for posterity. Oh. Is that it? This isn't very scary. Alright, gang, I think we'll cover more ground if we split up and search for clues. Oh, if that's the case, then I call dibs on Bean. Of course, the lesbian ghost hunters. Let's go. No, absolutely not. I think we all know how that would go. Ghost or no, splitting up is always a recipe for disaster. But there's 7 people. Like, girl, we have to split up. Maybe the ghost is shy. Yeah, you're probably right. If we discover a ghost here, we should all discover it together. That's not exactly the angle I was looking for, but okay. Yo, once we find the ghost, how are we gonna get rid of it? Like, how does one bust such a thing? Well, my ghost hunting kit has symbols from every major religion, assorted holy books, a bunch of salt, and some jars for ectoplasm. And if worse comes to worse, we can always use the Ouija board to politely ask it to leave. Aren't Ouija boards super cursed? Are you sure that wouldn't make it mad or invite a demon into the house or something? That sounds like fun to me. We might as well try it, right? What's the worst that could happen? We make the ghost mad and it gives us more evidence? Sounds like a win-win. I think I'd rather not take the chance. One ghost is enough to deal with. I don't much like the thought of opening a door for something worse. Wow, you've never been this superstitious, Dad. This ghost really has you freaked out. Okay. Oscar takes a deep breath before continuing. Let's head to Rosalina's room. Follow me. Why is there blood here?
A little bat!
Many boys. That feeling again. Like the mines. Like the door to the clinic. A dusty, suffocating, dizzy feeling. Something is in this house. Though whether it's a ghost or something worse, you aren't sure. Oh, thank you for the Prime, Wolf. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the emotes. And hopefully we'll be getting some more emotes soon. But thank you for subbing. Thank you. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Do you mean this massive blood stain? It stinks to high heaven. Weird, I'm not getting anything. It's not even cold. It's the same temperature as the living room. Nothing on the EMF either. Then your equipment is wrong. The stain is definitely... Also, why not rip the carpet up? Like, if I moved into a house and there was like a huge blood stain, I would be ripping that carpet up and being like, okay, we're not having that in the house anymore. Then your equipment is wrong. The stain is definitely paranormal. I've scrubbed it out too many times to count and it just keeps coming back. It's just a stain, Dad. Can't we just cover it back up? I don't mind sleeping in here. Maybe we have to scrub it out first. Could be that the paranormal stuff will activate if we give it a reason to. Good idea. If y'all are offering free carpet cleaning, be my guest. Gretchen says it's a blood stain. Ghost blood. Or it's just a really rusty pipe leaking all over your floor. I think that'd be a bigger problem than what Bean and Stella are suggesting. I don't know, ghost blood sounds pretty intense. Have y'all tried ripping up carpet to see what's causing the stain? Replace the boards? Yeah, I mean, I would do that if I moved into a place and a quarter of the room had like a blood stain. I would attempt it. But what do I know? Hang on, I gotta blow my nose again. I'm like, bleh. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. Okay. The government owns this house. There's no way I'm leaving a big red stain in their carpet. I made sure it was pristine every morning. Besides, I also kind of assumed it was ghost blood, which it is. What is ghost blood? We're gonna find out. What if there's something written under here? Only one way to be sure. Stella excitedly starts tugging at the corner of the carpet. Are we digging? Oh, sorry. Are we digging? Let me help. This is my expertise, after all. Oh, dear. You're doing the government a favor, really. We'll cover for you. You don't have to sweat it. There's a trapdoor there. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch, the floor around it stained in reddish brown. What if there isn't a ghost after all? What if somebody lives down there? Okay, maybe I don't want to sleep in here. We're going down there, right? Of course we are. This is even better than finding a message. But there's no basement in this house. At least, we weren't told about a basement. And look, all the red stuff is coming from underneath. Oh yeah, this is super haunted, alright. You've got a basement chock full of ghosts. I can feel it. Still no readings, though. None of the equipment has made a sound. Of course not. Y'all know last month was super raining. It's clearly been a long time since anyone stepped foot in the basement or crawl space or whatever is under the hatch. There must be a leak that flooded the whole area under the house. The water's dissolved the chalk around the edge and leaked through the carpet, and it's red because North Carolina has red-ass dirt. It's simple as that. It's not mud, it's blood. Human blood. I tested it. Maybe you tested it wrong. It can't be blood, right? Whatever it is, I need to know what's down there. I need to know what's been under my bed all these years. Yeah, there's an old hatch in the floor and someone tried to seal it up. We're not leaving until we've explored every nook and cranny. Have you considered they may have tried sealing it up because it was unsafe? Uh-oh, do you think the flooding could have made the house unstable? I'm all in on ghost hunting, but I don't know if I could crawl into another dangerous crevice. I'm going for it. Oh! That was fucking loud. I love you, baby. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. You come into Oscar's living room. You can't tell what time it is, and your friends are nowhere in sight. That painting is gone. The building feels colder, and there's something about the air that feels wrong. It's stale, with an undercurrent of mold and earth. You feel claustrophobic, as though you're in a coffin. Each breath depleting what little oxygen is left. Whatever just happened was weird, but your friends are probably still in Rosalina's room. You head further into the house. I'm wondering if there was like spores under that hatch, and I'm currently high as a kite right now? Something isn't right. It feels like a late summer afternoon. The air is warm and wet, and the scent of flowers drift on the breeze. Oh! Movements stir as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. I can't understand Gretchen. Bark, bark, woof, bark. Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Stella? Did you say Eddie? No one's called me that in a long time. It's Edwardian now. I'm not a child anymore. You grab Stella by the shoulders, attempting to shake her from her trance, but as you try to pull her shoulder, it's as if she's held back by invisible ropes. I wish I could say the same. You should have stayed gone, and you absolutely shouldn't have shown up here of all places. If you're caught, I don't think you understand what Father might do. You pull with all your strength, digging your heels into the strange shifting earth beneath you. You feel the invisible rope snap. Bean, quick! Don't worry about me, just save Stella. Help me! Get me out of here! It hurts! You hear the ropes tighten around her again. Your physical strength is meaningless here. Arf, arf. I can't. It's not that easy for me. My brothers were sent to Normandy, and now I'm the only Scarlet left besides Father. I have responsibilities, Charlie. Oh my god. I know you still love me! You should just get out of town while you still can. Whatever you came back for, it's not worth it. I'll get you out of here, Stella, I promise. Oh, where are you going? She's gone, along with the shadow in the corner of the room. You're alone again in this strange garden. You move to follow the narrow path through the foliage. As you step forward, a single door standing solitary in the middle of the garden appears before you. What's all with the sketchy vines in your playthroughs recently, Bean? I don't know, man. Horror games and vines. It's just something. Something. You walk up to the door and open it. Bells ring as a cacophony rages outside. The door in the front of you pulsates as figures unseen bang against it. The shaded figure from the garden sits in the corner, ever so slightly more defined. Junior, pack your things. Quickly, hurry! Maybe we should run him out on a rail too. Make an example of the whole family. I'ma deck you in the schnoz. And it's a picture of Goku. That's the achievement I got. I think that was actually a Team 4-Star reference. Is the shadowy figure in the corner dictating the flow of events? The last thing you're going to do is wait to find out. You plant your feet against the ground and launch yourself into a powerful tackle. Only you don't actually go anywhere. It's suddenly as if the floor beneath you has become a treadmill. And try though you might, you find yourself comically running in place. Please, he's only a child. We'll leave peacefully. Just give us a little time. They were only children too. My boy was in there. Why should I give Junior here all the time in the world to gather his little toys and fancy clothes? My boy didn't have any of that luxury. You're talking about the collapse, aren't you? The one from 100 years ago. Don't listen to him, Charlie. Just keep packing. Wait, Charlie. Charles. Looks like the others are on their way. Better hurry, boy, or you and your little dolls here might get burned up. And as for you, lady, what makes you think you're gonna be keeping any of those valuables you're packing in that fine suitcase of yours? I'm not scared of you. Trust me, boy. Coppers ain't coming here tonight, and what makes you think you can talk to an adult like that? Maybe they should have had you working in the mines too, instead of lazing around in this big house. Maybe you would have learned a thing or two about respecting your elders. Don't talk to my son like that. Don't talk to me like that, woman. I call the shots. Now get out, unless you want to go up in flames with all your precious jewels and expensive dresses. You're lucky I'm even letting you leave. Am I supposed to be you? It's okay, Charlie. You can make new ones, even better than these. It's good for him. Shouldn't be playing with dolls anyways. Now you're gonna have to earn your keep just like the rest of us, boy. No more inheritance for you. Alexis and Rosalina are whisked away, leaving you behind in an empty room. As they departed, the front door stops pounding and opens into a beckoning white void. Before you have the chance to think, another door creaks open on what you thought was the ceiling. Mother effer, I knew he was gonna be here. I knew it. I was like, oh, this is kind of getting near the end of the episode. Where's Wayne? There he is. He's like, hey, there you are. Okay, first off, sir, how did you get into this, mind freak, whatever this is I'm having? This is quite the maze, isn't it? Oh! Hey, he's not doing anything. Don't step on him. And absolutely crawling with these miserable little parasites. Bottom feeder. You tried to get a bead on a good angle of an attack, but the strange geometry of the room has you at a loss. How did you get down here? I followed you in. I'm never very far behind. I knew it. He was watching me in the shower. They brought it up in the shower. He was watching in the shower. As he approaches, a smell hits you. Sweating, suffocated flesh with a tinge of the Sorichin and stomach-churning scent of decay. Shall we find the end of this little maze? Slug him. Should I walk forward into the void or run past him into the void? There's no need for you to run away from Wayne. You step past him and walk into the void. Oh, this creature looks elegant. He's all like, And then, ah! Oh my god, look it! There's a unicorn there. You're outside and it's night. A false moon looming massive in the painted sky. Wayne is gone. The night feels thick and warm. The insects lively. Their calls unnaturally teeny. Everything feels warped and wrong, like you're listening to a record fished from a bottom of the pond. Unless your eyes are playing tricks on you, the shadow in the corner keeps getting closer. You poor dear. I've been keeping track of you. Scuttling around town like a tomcat. You've fallen hard for Miss Edwardian, haven't you? If you're trying to scare me, it's not working. There's no need to be embarrassed. Your secret is safe with me. You know, I never did approve of what the Scarlets did to your family, and what it did to the two of you young'uns. Childhood sweethearts, just think how lovely it would have been if you could just be happy together. That's what you want, isn't it? So, Edwardian and Charlie. I'm sure by now you've realized the young lady doesn't plan on leaving with you. But it's not for the lack of desire, as you well know. It's Enoch. Enoch? Isn't that... That was one of the Scarlet's names that we read about, right? Even if you dragged her over the town limits, his hold over her would make sure neither of you were ever happy again. Just think of what happened to your poor mother and father. Do you want that to be the two of you? Enoch was one of my ancestors, right? I think I read about him yesterday. Yes, so I was right. The powers at work here are stronger than even your love could withstand. You need to break the bonds holding her here. Then you both can go. No more misfortune. Not for you, and not for anyone else bold enough to step foot outside the hollow. This is really loud. Kanika mimes handing you something, though her hand is empty. Everything you need to know is on that map. What's that about misinformation and stepping foot outside of the Hollower? Is the town cursed? That's where you'll find them. You need her there, and then read what I've written down, and be careful. Good luck to the both of you. I hope you get your happiness. And then she's gone. It's trying to get rid of me. I'll have to try even harder. He's like hell-bent on getting me. He's like, girl, I am coming for you. What's doing this? A resonant, a ghost, whatever it is you call it, the leftovers of a human existence, festering and forgotten, feeding on the energy of more powerful beings to do this. Pathetic. Why are you following me? Clearly you need protecting. I'm just looking out for you. So, you and Tabitha, huh? That was a thing. This body knew her well. Okay. Am I dead? Of course not. I would never let something so weak harm you, let alone kill you. What the hell is going on in this town? I'm sure you'll be able to piece it together soon enough. I'd rather you find out on your own first. That's the only way you can really know who to trust. And then I can finally tell you more. There is so much to discuss when that time comes. What are you? I'm a friend. Do you know the way out? I will soon. But in the meantime, you have nothing to fear. I'm watching over you. I'm not worried about myself, I'm worried about my friends. The people you only met 2 days ago? I'm sure if something happens to them, you'll recover soon enough. It's not as if your own bonds are strong enough to leave a mark when broken. Okay, see you, Wayne. If that's your name. You continue forward through the uncanny underbush. Once again, you find yourself separated and alone. A long wooden corridor stands before you, littered with bottles and rails. A figure rises to attention, blocking your way. I'm afraid he doesn't have long. If there's anything you need to say to him, I'd say it now. As Zane is swept away, the room pulls itself to you and you find yourself looming over a deathbed. Oscar lies in its center, looking pitifully small. I'm sorry, boy. I'm sorry I let my troubles drive your mama away. And sorry those troubles mean I'm leaving you all alone now. So you must be Charles Shaw. Damn it, Junior, how many times do I have to tell you? I tried to stop it from happening, but that damn snake Enoch whipped behind my back. So you're saying Enoch was the one responsible for the collapse? You're right. I've been using that excuse for too many years. At a certain point, a man has to accept when he's dug his own grave. They may have run me out, but they didn't put the bottle in my hand. Still. They destroyed our legacy, boy. Both our names are cursed with that history. I'll be dead and gone soon, but I won't be able to rest. Not until our name is cleared. Not until you can pass on this name with pride. This is my only request, Charlie. Go back there. Tell people the truth. Try to find proof. I don't know what you'll have to do, but please. I know I ain't been the best father, but I'm no murderer. I'm guessing the request didn't really pan out. If the Scarlets were exposed for the collapse, Tabitha and I probably wouldn't be around. Damn it, boy. I may not have until morning, promise me. Promise you'll go back. And at the very least, show that Enoch bastard for what for. I promise. Oh! You watch as Oscar's body seizes and falls through the sheets, taking the rattling pile of bottles with him. I wonder if, since my mom was a Scarlet, is it possible my dad was a Shaw? And is this why I'm getting, like, this stuff? Like, exposed the the Scarlet side of the family for what they did? To clear my other side of the family's name? I don't know. Such theatrics. Where are you, Wayne? Oh! You're behind me. That's ominous. What a waste of time. Why force you to see any of this? People always think their own experiences are so important. What does any of it matter? You keep disappearing. It's doing its best to keep us apart, but I have a feeling it'll be over soon. Then the exit won't be hard to find. Do you know what it's trying to tell me? Yes, and it's trivial. Don't worry yourself with it. Are my friends dead? They're alive. I'm not sure if they'll stay that way. Let's move on. Let's. You move back to the bed to quietly leave through the hole Oscar left behind and crawl through it. Oh, that's uncomfortable. Where am I? You find yourself pressed uncomfortably against a trellis? Trellis? I think that's it. A small castle sits off to one side of the wall, and the bars of a prison loom over both all of it and all of you. Climbing up the trellis again. How very Romeo and Juliet of you. No need to run off. I won't tell the old man. Though you've gotten sloppy. You should try to be more careful if you don't want him putting you in an early grave. Okay, who are you supposed to be? No, not one of her brothers. I'm a prisoner. Another victim of Scarlet's lies. Like you, Charles Shaw. Wait, is this the Forbidden Wing? A mere generation makes no difference. His blood runs in your veins, does it not? And now, it runs in hers. Yes, it seems your little trysts bore fruit. Oh! So we already have a Shaw and Scarlet. Okay. And oh, will you ever be in trouble when the old man finds out? Wait, I'm gonna be a daddy? You know you don't have to keep dangling there. Come inside. You'll be able to hear me through the door just fine. The world around you swirls and you find yourself This is the door. At the end of episode 2, it did like a slow shot of like the house. It like showed the bedroom we were in, and then it showed like Tabitha's room, and then it was a room with a lot of locks on it, and then it was the basement. The world around you swirls and you find yourself pulled to the other side of the wall. A door bound by countless locks and chains pulsates before you. What is this place? Is this really something like this in the estate? Does Tabitha know about it? That's not why I invited you in. I couldn't escape even with your help. I merely wanted to offer a warning. Leave town now. I wish I could. You can't take her with you. It's not possible. You can always stay and die, but if I were you, I would use my healthy legs and run as far away from Scarlet Hollow as possible. I hear the beaches are nice. Why don't you take a permanent vacation there? I wish I could. Ah, you've been talking to the witch then, huh? Very interesting. Charlie, get away from the door. Don't listen to it. Eddie, what the hell is going on here? How does it know that? Interesting interpretation. Okay, why do you just keep appearing out of nowhere? Who was that supposed to be? A prisoner, just like it said it was. I get the feeling we're nearly at the end of this little maze. Stay close. Oh, he walks off! Wayne disappears into the dark corridor. You follow close behind. Hey, Wayne, I don't like this POV. For the first time, you and Wayne enter a new room, unseparated. The two of you finding yourselves huddled under a large table. Stella stares through you as indecipherable murmurs and shuffling feet echo from ends of the table. Yap, yap, yap. They're so lovely. Are you sure I can keep one? You must have worked very hard on them. No more puppets. Let's just let the scene play out. There's no use trying to communicate, whether with the resident or your little friends. I'll try to keep it away from my brother so he doesn't smash it, though I wish I could make it move like you can. And you can even do the voices. You know, you could probably make real money if you put on a show for people. That's the plan, and maybe you can come with me, and we can both avoid the horrible things that are going to happen in this town. Please don't engage with it while I try to find another door. I like how Wayne's looking at me like, girl, be quiet. A traveling show? And you'd want me there too? Oh, we could go to towns along the beach. I've heard the Outer Banks are the most beautiful place on Earth. In the world. Holy shit, I can't speak. Again with the beach. Those in the hills always seem to yearn for that flat expanse and salty air. Thank you, Charlie. I've always wanted to see the ocean. Oh! Everything crashes to a thunderous black before you, or Wayne, can get to another word. Wayne, are you... Hello, Wayne? Wayne? Wayne, where are you? A single spotlight remains illuminating a trapdoor in the center of the stage. You feel drawn towards it. It opens. You feel a shove from behind and tumble through the hatch. God damn it, Wayne, did you push me down the hatch? It took some dinging, but it's there. The map was right. That means there's hope, Eddie. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. We can be happy to get... Eddie? Wayne is gone once again. There's nothing here but you and the howling void. Oh, hi! Do you repent? For what? What did I do? Do you repent for your crimes?
Help is on the way, dear!
You let the spirit continue. You must answer for the crimes committed by your scarlet blood. Well, I didn't do any of it, so no. Until you do that, I cannot die. I want to die, please. I've been alone in the dark for so long. All I ask is for some of your years. To pay for the years that were taken from me. My life was stolen from me. I want some of yours. It's only fair. Wayne! The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. Forfeit your years, and I will finally leave. I don't understand. You will live a shorter life, and I will finally be satisfied. I will have justice. I will finally die. I will leave this house at last. What happens if I refuse? Then I will stay. I will stay until I get what I'm owed. How much shorter would my life be? That isn't for you to know, just as it wasn't for me to know. One day, sooner than you'd like, you will die. A smell hits you, that now familiar wet, unwell odor. Wayne, thank God! What an annoying pest you are, but you couldn't keep me out for long. It seems we've exhausted its power. Holding all these bodies hostage must have been quite taxing. Come along, Bean. It's desperate, but it has no power over you. There's no need to bow to the will of such a frayed and broken consciousness. Leave it to fester. What about my friends? What happens to them if I leave? They've already left. They're not a factor in this. But I can't leave the ghosts here. You can. Where will Oscar and Rosalina live if the ghost stays? Don't give years of your life for something so insignificant. See, Wayne, here's the thing. You were being all creepy and not giving me information. You're still being creepy and not giving... I just hit my microphone. And not giving me information, so it's like, who do I believe? Like... Charlie Shaw does not like my family, but like all those other ghosts don't like me either, and it's like, okay, it's not my fault. But like, I don't want to give up years of my life. But like, I don't want these people to suffer, but like, oh no, what a conundrum. Alright. For the sake of the story and stream, I think we're just gonna leave. Screw this sins of the father crap. I don't owe this ghost a thing. Let's get out of here. Exactly. Just because an ancestor did something doesn't mean I have to pay. You don't need my help. Close your eyes and feel for the stairs. You close your eyes, you fumble in darkness, reaching out your hands and grasping the air until your palm finds wood. It's the staircase. You can feel it under your hands. You begin your ascent. Good. You've made it out of the pit. His overpowering smell returns as you place a confident step on the wooden floor of what you assume must be Rosalina's room. You open your eyes as you try to hold your breath. You feel a hand on your back. You shudder, knowing what it's attached to. Don't fall for it. Keep feeling for your way forward. You continue. You feel the door frame under your palm and then the sturdy walls of the hallway beyond. Wayne's palm continues to gently urge you forward. You stumble into the corridor between the annex and the library. The real world is swimming back into focus. Good, the main doors are just ahead. You feel a shove as Wayne pushes you forward. You fall towards the entrance, your legs still unsure of the ground beneath you, and the doors fly open. You're outside. It's real this time. A cool autumn breeze blows small piles of dried leaves across the steps of the library. You made the right choice. It would have been so easy to fall for its tricks. I'm proud that you didn't. Be seeing you. He leaves before you can say anything in response. Okay. Thank God you made it out, Bean. I went to get Mom when I realized you hadn't left the library with the rest of us. I figured if anyone knew what to do, it'd be her. I see someone beat me to the punch. Sounds like you've had quite an evening. My bones weren't meant to bend like that. I'm gonna be hurting for a few days at least. Rosalina's pain meds are here. I hope Dr. Kelly is still awake. We'll need replacements right away, especially after everything that just happened. And we'll have to figure out where we're going to stay. Oh god, this is such a disaster. You and Rosalina could always stay with us, Mr. Grubetrez. That's a very kind offer, Alexis, but I'm afraid the stairs would be too much for Rosalina. And I wouldn't want to impose on your parents like that. It's a lot to ask. I can figure this out. I hope you're not mad at me for getting out of there. Of course not. It's just the house, and we don't even own it. I'm not going to let you sacrifice years of your life for a rental. Even if we owned the place, that ghost was asking for quite the down payment. I'm really sorry we couldn't get rid of your ghost, Oscar. Don't apologize. I wouldn't want you to lose something that important for a rental unit owned by the state. Honestly, if it makes you feel better, I don't think I could have lived with the guilt if you've made that choice. Are you sure you can't take up Alexis's offer? You're right. I'm gonna peace out. Back-to-back encounters with my own morality. I've got a lot to ponder. See you around, Rosalina. See ya, Alexis. Wow, I can't speak. Zane walks off down the road. To think that ghosts are actually real. Stella's got to be over the moon right now. She doesn't look it. Actually, wait. Where is Stella? Oh, she's just standing there by herself. This isn't like her. I'm gonna go check in with her. You walk over to Stella. I've never seen anything like what we saw tonight. Absolutely dreadful. And I don't think my dear Stella is having an easier time. Oh, hey, Bean. I'm here if you need me. I'm so sorry, Bean. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay? She hurries off down the road. I think she took the brunt of things in there. No wonder she's having a hard time right now. Should we go after her? I think she just needs some time to herself. Stella's never been the kind to share her burdens, and I doubt that'll change just because someone goes chasing after her. If anything, it just make her clam up even more. She's a strong girl. She'll be okay. I'm honestly surprised that she and Zane are the only ones heading out right now. You've all been through something awful, and each and every one of you needs rest. Especially you, Kanika. We don't want that cold of yours to get any worse. God, what a disaster this whole night has been. I had no idea it would turn out like this. I'm so sorry, everyone. Stop apologizing, Dad. We're the ones who don't have a house anymore. We don't even have the library. There was another carving in there. It's a pretty weird coincidence, right? Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. You've been finding carvings around town and they've been giving you visions? This is news to me too. I'm sure everyone here could stand around theorizing about this and that all night long. There'll be plenty of time for that tomorrow. Bean, I'd love to discuss those visions over tea. I spent a lot of time with Wayne in there. It was very weird. Yeah, I noticed. We could all smell him as soon as we snapped out of it. What happened? Did he hurt you? No, he was just making no sense. He was part of the reason I left the ghost behind. He really didn't want me to make a deal with it. Weird. It's like he has some sort of obsession with you, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Wait, isn't that what my... Yeah, that is my stream title. Who is Sam Wayne and why is he so obsessed with me? We don't need to trouble Bean for the details. No one pay any mind to that man. He's just a drifter. He'll be gone soon enough. In the meantime, steer clear and he won't make trouble. What do we do about the library? We can always board it up until the ghost goes away, right? The mines were boarded up, and that just made us want to go down there even more. We can't just tell them it's mega haunted. Even if folks believe us, that'll just make them want to investigate for themselves. Maybe we just say there's a gas leak. Sybil, is there a chance this could go away on its own? I'm not really an authority on these things, but it doesn't seem interested in fading away. Okay, then it's settled then. We board it up. We can say there's a gas leak. And just hope no one gets curious, I guess. It's the best we can do for now. Were you all conscious this whole time? Everyone glances at each other. Yeah. It was awful. Kind of fun too, but mostly awful. I'm pretty sure we remember everything, at least up until that guy showed up and snapped us out of it. Wayne, he's been following Bean around. What did he say to you? Like I said, let's not trouble Bean about him. Just stay away, all of you. Why is she saying just ignore Wayne? It's like, that doesn't sound right. Do any of you know who you were supposed to be? No idea. The words just came out. There was no context, nothing. But there was a weird feeling, like an overwhelming guilt. I was so angry. I was mostly just scared. I didn't feel any of those things. I don't know how to describe it. I felt powerful. I was just cold. I guess I should probably head back, considering I ditched my cousin, and it's nighttime again. We should probably get going too. It's starting to get chilly out, and I don't want to keep Alexis's parents up too late. I'll be over later tonight with some bedding and hot tea, and I'll have Miles bring you groceries in the morning. Don't be a stranger, and let us know if you need anything, okay? I believe it's time for me and my daughter... I believe it's time for me to get my daughter home as well. But, Kanika dear, you haven't been feeling well. You need to get some rest. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow, Bean? Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Cool. Kanika wearily treks back to the general store. I'll be back in a moment to walk you home, dear. I just need to put the tea on and give your cousin a quick call. Oh, God. Hello, tasty spamwich. Welcome, welcome. Sybil leaves you and catches up to her daughter. My whole body hurts, Mom. What was that? And I want a better answer than a ghost. You'll be alright. Let me get you some of that special tea. It's been working well, don't you think? I think ibuprofen would be better, but gotta admit, that tea has been nice. I'll put the kettle on as soon as we get home. I guess it's just the two of us now. So you have no idea who you are? I could roughly place some of the others. None whatsoever, but I remember everything I said, and I remember that cold feeling. A prisoner of the Scarlets. I wonder what your family was up to back then. I guess we can add it to the ever-growing pile of mysteries. I'm sorry, I didn't know things would be like this. I mean, it's not your fault, and I feel a lot worse for Oscar and Rosalina than I feel for myself. I'll see if there's something Aunt Winnie can do to help them out. At the very least, I can help them spruce things up with some plants once they find a place to settle in. I know it isn't exactly the kind of evening we thought it'd be, but I'm glad I got to have that experience. My body hurts, my soul is unsettled, but I would honestly do it all over again. Thanks, Bean. I really appreciate you inviting me along. Anyways, I better head home, get some rest. I'm supposed to have a shift tomorrow morning. Might have to call in sick. but here's hoping a good night's sleep is enough to heal up. Avery heads off, leaving the square in front of the library empty. Sybil returns not long after Avery leaves. It's time to go back to the estate. Your cousin wasn't exactly thrilled to hear about what happened tonight, but I think I blunted her anger as much as I could. Shall we?
The little ditchlings.
The night feels cold, the crunch of leaves beneath your feet deafening in the quiet wilderness. Let's stop here for a bit. These old bones need a moment to rest. Edwardian killed Charles Jr., but it feels like I'm only scratching the surface of things. What has my family done? Is that what the spirit showed you? Your family built one of the most powerful coal empires in Appalachia. Those sorts of things don't come without betrayal or bloodshed. These are all assumptions, of course. I'm just an old woman who enjoys her tea, and the Scarlet Empire is far older than these rattling bones. If you want the bloody details, I'm afraid you'll have to find them yourself. Wayne didn't make a deal with that ghost. Of course he didn't. Some people will never understand the kind of sacrifice that was laid upon the table tonight. If you'd gone through with that deal, it would have been an affront to everything he is. Blah, 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 I can't speak. Sybil, what is Wayne? It's like I said, he's just a man. He is absolutely not just a man. Ordinary men don't move like that. Ordinary men don't outclass you. No, absolutely not. He's not just a fucking man. He's falling apart and smells like death, but somehow he's stronger and faster than me. The smile briefly fades from her face. Language, Bean. We don't use words like that around here. And to respond to your accusation, it's not exactly polite to share people's medical history. I may not have taken a hypocrite oath, but I still respect the privacy of others. That's enough rest for me. Let's carry on for a bit. You and Sybil walk deeper into the woods. You're getting closer to the estate. One last rest and we'll get you home. There was a stone carving of a goat's head and a pack of wolves in the basement. There was something similar in the mines last night too. A circle of arms and chains. Both of them gave me visions, and you look really shocked about that. Was there now? That's quite an interesting development. Perhaps we can discuss these visions over tea. My grandmother made a special blend that supposedly helped with dreams and visions. I'll be sure to have some ready by tomorrow. Maybe it'll help us piece together things. You just believed me? Of course I did. These are strange times, Bean. None of us have the luxury to waste energy on doubt. Excuse me. I feel like she's hiding something. She is hiding something. Are you a witch? She laughs, surprised by your question. I suppose some people might call me one, but I'm just an old woman who fancies herself a bit of a healer. Look, after tonight, I know that magic is real. Do you do magic or not? What is magic anyways? I just know some trade secrets passed along the family line. But it's no different than the child of a mechanic knowing what to do with an engine, or the child of a carpenter knowing how to build a makeshift chair. Why can't I just go home? Like, my real home? You poor dear. This is your real home. It's hard to have the sensitivity to feel these things, but on some level, it called you back here. Nobody really leaves the Hollower. At least, not forever. Call it a quirk of the town. You're kidding, right? Of course I am. People leave town all the time. We just haven't been blessed with the most frequent public transportation. There's ditchlings everywhere. There are, and I'm afraid that they still would be this numerous even if you had managed to exorcise the spirit you encountered tonight. Its presence was merely a symptom of the rot in this place, rather than its cause. Bleh, I can't speak. I'm dying. Hello, Ace, welcome. People are unfortunately just going to have to get used to the sight of these things in the coming days. Thank you for patiently waiting with this old woman. I feel spry as a spring chicken. You and Sybil trek through the remainder of the woods and find yourselves at the outskirts of the estate. I'm looking forward to continuing our chat tomorrow, once you've had some time to rest. Good luck handling Tabitha. I tried to soften her up over the phone, but there's only so much softening you can do with someone that prickly. Bless her heart. Get a good night's rest, Bean. You've earned it. Sybil heads back through the woods, leaving you alone to face Tabitha. Maybe she won't see me. Never mind. You open the door to the estate as you quietly can, only to find your cousin anxiously pacing in the foyer. She's been waiting for you. Oh, I see you finally decided to drag your sorry ass back here. I don't even know what to say. I've told you so many times to stay out of trouble, to keep me posted about where you are, to come home in a timely manner. What's the point of saying it all again? Clearly, you just don't care about your actions, how your actions affect me, and I don't know how to make you care. Tabitha, I need to talk to you about some stuff. Now's not really a good time. Oscar's house was haunted by the ghost of Charles Shaw Jr., who was murdered by Edwardian Scarlet. It wanted years of my life in exchange for leaving, but I wasn't about to give it what it wanted. Was there a gas leak in the library or something? Do you realize how ridiculous you sound right now? Didn't Sybil tell you what happened? Why won't you believe me? Sybil says a lot of things, Bean. For all I know, she's making stuff up to cover for you. She's nice like that. It's annoying. Wayne followed me into Oscar's house. Do you think mentioning that awful man is supposed to garner sympathy from me or something? So you do know him. Did I ever say I didn't? He's a creep from a bad time in my life, and I do my best not to think about him, which has become an increasingly difficult task. What is he? A sick man that you should avoid. If I could get him to stop talking to you, I would. He's not the decent man I used to know. You are getting freaked out. I keep finding these weird stone carvings and having visions around them. There was one in the mines last night and another in Oscar's house. Visions? Visions? Have you been having seizures? God, please stop running off on your own to places I can't find you if you have health problems. You really need to be careful. They've been telling me a lot about our family. I think we've done some terrible stuff, Tabitha. And all of it is probably in your imagination. Because they're hallucinations stemming from either gas or, I don't know, your own guilt and exhaustion. City folks love to self-flagellate. Who put them there? You expect me to know? They're probably some kind of ancient artifact, and I'm not an archaeologist. Have you been getting enough sleep? You sound a little delirious. Why are you pushing everything off that I'm saying? What if they're making all of the supernatural stuff happen? I've yet to see any evidence of the supernatural. This feels like a distraction from me being mad at you. I think I should go to a doctor. All the passing out in visions and hallucinations. This could be a medical emergency. You know where Dr. Kelly lives, and if you don't, just ask Stella. Maybe an appointment would be a good idea. That's pretty much it. Great, then I'm going to bed. Your cousin walks off, leaving you alone. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. Before your thoughts can drift away to nightmarish recollections of your hours past, your phone buzzes on the nightstand. Hey, sorry I ran off earlier. Wound up in a really bad headspace. I care about you so much. Just need some time to get a handle on things. Sorry. Take all the time you need. You put your phone back on the nightstand. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half a week has passed since you first arrived in town, and a little over half a week remains until the bus comes to take you home. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. now commands the entirety of Town Hall, a swirling void of wrath and despair that the people of this town will have to learn to ignore. Disaster looms its tallest yet over Scarlet Hollow. What is going on? What is going on? Oh, hey. We did it. Oh, the Beast Boy. I got that achievement. All right. That was episode 3 of Scarlet Hollow. More mysteries. More mysteries. And then next Sunday we'll do the episode 4, and then unfortunately we're gonna have to stop because episode 5's not out yet. Well, yeah, that was super nice. There's more mystery going on, but you know what? That's okay. That is a-okay. We're good with mystery. And Twitch is still saying my stream is unstable. I don't know what's going on. It was interesting. I'm really enjoying it. I hope you guys are enjoying it too. I will do my best to like wake up earlier so I can actually talk and be a human and read things. But yeah, I think that's gonna... Twitch is unstable. Yeah, I don't know why. Twitch is something else. I don't know what's going on. It just doesn't want me to stream anymore. But yeah, let's we're gonna end stream. We're gonna go... Glad you're enjoying it. Gonna have to get it myself. Yes! Like, definitely. This game has a lot of stuff. And, like, I'm only running 2 traits. So you could be doing so much stuff with different traits. So I would recommend it to, like, everyone. Because if I do another playthrough, I don't think I would do it for stream. I'm not for sure. I mean, technically, I can't even complete a playthrough because it's not even complete yet. But yeah, it was super nice. The Sunday streams are nice. I hope you guys like them. But yes, let's go raid. We're gonna go raid this artist. Because there's like no one streaming on Sundays. That's the worst part about Sundays. It be that way sometimes. It be that way. But yes, I should have this upcoming week's schedule out today or tomorrow. But we've like confirmed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I'll be streaming. I don't know if I'll have my POV on Saturday, but I will be around. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on in. I will see you later.
Bye-bye.